For nearly 2 decades, New England terrorized the NFL with 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 Super Bowl victories, and across 18 seasons, they won 219 games to only 66 losses. I could go on and on, naming the Patriots' accolades and Tom Brady's accomplishments, but instead, I'm going to talk about how the greatest NFL dynasty came to an end. First, we need to know how it all happened. As you all know, Tom Brady, a kid from Michigan with a terrible combine and slightly above average career with U of M, got drafted in the 6th round, 199th overall. And although he wasn't muscular, fast, or athletic, he managed to make the 53-man roster, but he played all of 3 snaps his rookie season. However, Brady waited patiently, backing up Drew Bledsoe. Eager for his chance to play in a real game, and in his sophomore season, that opportunity arrived. It was week 2 against the Jets when Drew Bledsoe took a gruesome hit, taking him out of the game, and Tom into it. He took over the rest of that 2002 year, as Bledsoe broke a rib from that hit, and that season, New England went 11-4, won the Super Bowl against the Rams 20-17 from a game-winning Adam Vinatieri field goal. After an extremely successful season like that from Tom, there was no way New England wasn't starting Brady the following season. But the Pats fell short of the playoffs. However, Brady had 3,500 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, and just 14 interceptions. He kept his spot as QB1 on the roster for the near future, so that season's failure really wasn't Brady's fault, and that fact would prove true the following season, as New England went 14-12 and won the Super Bowl yet again in another 3-point game. This was the game everyone started to notice how good these Pats, and specifically this Brady-Belichick duo, has been doing. Then, in 2004, they proved their dominance, winning 24-21 against the Eagles in another Super Bowl victory. Winning 3 out of the last 4 championships, the league was in awe at how amazing this 6th-round pick was doing. He wasn't managing the game and getting carried by Belichick and a good offense. Tom Brady was winning New England games day in and day out. It took another 3 years for the Patriots to play in their 4th Super Bowl of the 2000s, but in that 2007 season, the Patriots were unstoppable, entering the Super Bowl 16-0. The outcome was a foregone conclusion. The 5-seed Giants, who went 10-6, were not beating the undefeated Patriots until Eli Manning torched the Patriots defense in the 4th quarter, and the greatest catch of all time happened. And just like that, the perfect season was now imperfect. You'd think Tom Brady would appear in the Super Bowl immediately after, seeking revenge. You'd have to fast forward 4 more years though, for their next championship game. And it was the same matchup, Giants vs. Patriots, written like a story. New England would surely get their revenge. This game was no different than the previous, a nail-biting thriller, and thanks to Eli, New York won 21-17. All of Boston was devastated, and they would stay that way for the next couple seasons, until, inevitably, Tom Brady and the Pats made it to the Super Bowl in 2014, facing the Legion of Boom. The Patriots would lose again, because with 20 seconds left, the Seahawks would run the... they passed the ball. They passed the ball with 1 yard to go in Marshawn Lynch, and it got intercepted. Brady got bailed out, and he won his 4th, 20-24. New England would lose in the AFC Championship the following season, and in 2016, Brady would face Matt Ryan and the Falcons, who seemed unstoppable. That season, as most of you may know, Brady showed why he was the GOAT by using his Jedi mind control, forcing the entire Atlanta Falcons franchise to lose a 25-point lead with 18 minutes of game time left. All jokes aside, Tom was great in the second half, but oh man did Kyle Shanahan lose them that game. A year after that historic comeback, New England was threatening back-to-back Super Bowls, and it looked again like a sure win for them because Carson Wentz, Philadelphia's star quarterback, tore his ACL late that season, forcing Nick Foles, a journeyman, into a starting role for the playoffs. They beat Atlanta and Minnesota to play the Pats in the Super Bowl with a backup quarterback, and in an instant classic, beat Brady 41-33 with a couple tricks up their sleeves. The following season, Brady would appear in his last Super Bowl with New England. Although the game was an all-time snooze fest and was the lowest scoring Super Bowl of all time to this day, Brady won his 6th ring, but more importantly, it seemed like his career was nearing an end, at least in a Patriot uniform. Many thought this 40-year-old legend should end his career a champ, but instead, he insisted on giving it one more season. They started that season 8-0. That decision looked like a good one until they ended up losing half their remaining games, showing their cracks. New England was set to play Tennessee at home. This game started as every other Patriot playoff game, a solid drive down the field that ended in a field goal, but Tennessee answered with Derrick Henry single-handedly taking them to the red zone, and that drive would be capped off with a 12-yard touchdown pass, 7-3 Titans. However, Brady put together a 74-yard touchdown drive to regain a 3-point lead. After 3 straight punts, the Patriots would start their 4th drive in Titans territory after a great punt return, but that drive they would oddly settle for a field goal at the 1-yard line, making it 13-7. After Derrick Henry literally did 100% of the work their final drive of the half, he punched in with a 1-yard run, giving Tennessee a 1-point lead at half. To show how hard Henry is carrying the Titans offense this game, look at this graph. He had 75% of their yards. That is insane. The second half started with 3 punts, until Tannehill threw a floater across the field into a Patriot defender's arms. A huge mistake in a 1-point ball game. But facing a 4th and 3 in Titans territory, they decided to punt. Another conservative choice by Bill. With nearly 5 minutes left, down by 1 at their own 11, Brady needed to string together another one of his game-winning drives, but they punted after just 1 first down. Again, the Titans had a brilliant 4-minute drive and capped it off with a punt that had the Patriots at their own 1 with 16 seconds left, and Brady's last pass as a Patriot was a touchdown to the other team. Months later, he would sign with Tampa Bay and never came back. This game killed off the Dynasty, and New England hasn't seen a playoff win since. That's the rundown. Like and subscribe.